Hey guys, welcome back to Watchthekettle. Today we're going to be having a review, or should I say a chat, about the tudorblackbaychrono in white dial. Some call it the Panda or the Daytona Killer. This was released in 2022, came in a couple variations, black dial, white dial, and in a couple numbers of straps as well, like NATOs. So let's see how this fits into my collection. Do I like it? Do I wear it often? And see if it's the perfect watch for you. So first off, let's go into some specs. So these come with a case size of 41mm wide, 14.4mm thickness, a lug weight of 22mm and lug to lug of 50.1mm, which is quite big. We have a sapphire crystals, a bit domed as you can see there, screw down pushers and 200m water resistance, and comes in two dials. We have the Panda here and also the reverse Panda. So this watch doesn't have a lot of polished surfaces. We have one here, the clasp with Tudor and Genève engraved in there. And we also have polished surfaces on the side of the case. So it just goes to show that Tudor is actually a real tools watch. It doesn't have that dressy-like feel like a Daytona that has a polished center links. So it comes across rugged. We have some fake rivets here on the bracelet. Most tudorblackbay Pro and tudorblackbays usually have that. We have a brushed center link here. And it's quite heavy as well at 185 grams. So why do we buy chronographs? I buy them because they look pretty. Some people buy it for the functionality. So this pushes, what do? The top one at the 2 o'clock basically acts as a stopwatch. So you can see the seconds hands moving all the way around. When you click on it, if you click back on it, then it will actually stop the stopwatch. And the bottom one is for the sub dials. So back in the days, this was used for timing racing and timing activities. I tend to keep mine tightly screwed and avoid using it all the time, just to avoid humidity getting into the movement and also to keep that water resistance active to avoid any sort of water getting into the movement and causing damages itself. So if you need to time something, just use your iPhone. So what can I compare this to? I would want to compare this to a watch that is a bit common, a watch that most people has tried. So let's compare this to my Submariner 1240-60 out of 41mm in terms of weight, feel, sizing, and then you can have an idea. So off the back, you could tell the Tudor is a bit more chunkier. Turning over to the side, you will struggle to wear the Tudor under a cuff, but with the sub, easily slides in. With the Tudor, I'll say it's more complementary for people with 7.5 inch wrists and over, because the Tudor wears more like a 42mm and then the sub is actually a 40mm here. So it really depends on your preference. Bracelets, quite similar, but the Tudor is a bit wider. The rivet as well doesn't do it justice, makes it a bit more chunkier and thicker as well. But it really depends on taste, I would say. In terms of clasp, we all know that the best clasp is the Submariner with that glide lock system to be able to adjust it in hot weathers or over a wetsuit if you're going to go diving. And the Tudor clasp tends to pick up a lot of scratches, as you can see here. It doesn't really mask it like the sub does. But nevertheless, these are two great watches. They're both made in Rolex factory, and you can't really go wrong in picking any of them. It's all about preference in terms of your wrist sizing and what you like, really. So talking about movement, this shares the movement with Breitling, funny enough. The caliber MT5813 is an automatic movement, 70 hour reserve with -2 or +4 seconds per day. So this doesn't have an in-house movement like a Daytona. It doesn't also have a ceramic bezel like the Daytona, but actually I like that because it tends to wear off over a while and that builds character in a watch. It has 200m water resistance, so that's 100m more than the Daytona. And as of 2024, it cost around £4,790, which is way cheaper than the Daytona at 13 grand, I believe. So if you want a tool watch you could bit around and not having to play the AD waiting game, something that looks like a Daytona from the same factory, then go ahead, pull the trigger on the Tudor. But to be fair, what am I really kidding? I still want the bloody Daytona. So would I recommend this? 100% yes. If you're in the market looking for a chronograph with that Rolex heritage, look no way more than tudorblackbay Pro. However, if you're going to compare this to an Omega Speedmaster, that has a bit more heritage in terms of the first watch being on the moon. But if you're looking for something that looks like a Daytona that comes from the same Rolex factory, then this is better because Tudor is way cheaper, more water resistance than a Daytona, has more character, and if you have a 7.5 inch wrist or bigger, This is perfect because although the Daytona is advertised as a 40, it actually wears around a 38. Another option is to actually pair this up with an Omega Speedmaster Professional in black. That way you have a white chrono and a black chrono, all for the price of around 11 grand, which is still cheaper than a Daytona Panda at retail for 13k. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.